Taking a break, sit on a nice rock in the shade of a nice tree. But let me show you my view. You've got hints of it because I've been taking videos and pictures, but this is a trail I've got to keep going up. Doesn't look like it, but that rock right there is about eye level with me. So it's pretty steep. And I just came up that, which is the top of this tree is at eye level with me, just about. And it's only 70 feet away from me, maybe. So this is a pretty steep climb. I was literally showing those campsites right down there at the bottom here. And my pack is right around the corner of that, somewhere along the base of that rock outcrop, right about there. So yeah, this is quite a climb. I've only been about 15 minutes going up here. I've got to get to the top up here, which is, I'm probably 2/3 the way up. And then I can get looking for that geocache. That's the top of the mesa, by the way. The plan was to go ahead and climb up there and camp up there. But I'm not carrying my full day pack because, hell, I don't know if I'm in shape enough to carry that pack up here tonight. Plus, with the thunderstorms and the battery situation, I'm not sure that was going to be a smart idea. Still, this is fun. This is my element. I'm obviously been too far away from it for too long in my life. I've got to get back into shape and do this more often. So I think the plan is to continue doing more hikes when I can in Texas more often, once a month or so, 5 miles, 10 miles maybe. And then in the summer, come up here again, or somewhere else maybe. But this is always an option. It's only a day's drive from home, so it's doable in a short time period. And as long as I'm in better shape than this, it'll be a lot of fun. I just passed two women that were hiking downhill, and I asked if I was at the top yet, and they said, ah. And they said, where are you heading? I said, up to the geocache. And they said, we're heading to the river. I said, well, it's right there. I pointed. They'll be there in about 7 or 8 minutes. It took me about 15 to get up from where they saw them. Way up here in this canyon, somebody decided ranching was the way to go. Actually built a barbed wire fence up here to keep their livestock in check. Could you imagine that? Livestock up here? I'm not sure if I'm at the top, but I sure as hell am near it. The trail got kind of easy after a while as I got close to the top. There's another little canyon down there, and I'm kind of walking on this ridge. I'm about 1,300 feet from the geocache, which is funny because I was only 4,000 feet from it at the bottom of the canyon. Of course, I had to hike probably a mile to get here. Oh, on the trail. Since I didn't bring a pen on this side trip, there's my video evidence that I found the geocache. I doubt most of y'all are going to come up here anyway. If you do, it's not that much of a hike, but it's a hell of a hike. Okay, so here's the most recent log entry. Almost, well, 2 years and 2 days ago. So, there we go. Well, I just recorded nothing, so let me record this now. I found the geocache. I'm at the top of the hill. It took me just over an hour to get up here. 4,000 feet, it said, from the trailhead, the junction down there at the bottom of the canyon, to this geocache. What it took me an hour to do is all the switchbacks and the steep climbs. Now that I've pretty much got downhill almost all the way, there's a couple spots that were almost level and a couple spots that will be slight climbs up, but I should be able to get off of this canyon wall a lot faster than I got up here. I've got 1 liter of water left on me. I still got 3 liters of the pack, And of course I got the river to pack, so I should be okay hydration wise. But with 37% battery life left, I'm not taking any more pictures or videos probably, unless I see something just truly remarkable. Like the view I've got up here from the top, which is pretty damn nice. Again, I've taken a few pictures of it already. Now I've got to intersect the trail again somewhere in front of me and make my way back to the pack. I did drop a pin at my pack, so no matter what, I'll be able to get back to it. Plus, it's literally like 75 feet off the trail. Again, I just got to find the trail now. Not exactly sure which of these. Oh yeah, here I come. I see it now. Trail right in front of me. So, more up the hill, which I'm not doing this trip, maybe next year, who knows? And back down the trail to my pack. I will check the battery level. If I got a substantial amount of charge, I might do the night here tonight. We'll see how I feel and how the battery looks when I get down there, and I'll decide. Oh, by the way, I've actually got two batteries. I've got the main big CPAP battery, which is at 72,000 milliamp hour. And then I've got an Anchor battery pack for charging, which is like 20,000 milliamp hour. It'll charge the phone several times. I could really just use it to charge my phone days of time, for a couple days. But it's the big one, the 72,000 one, the Energy one, that I've got to make sure got charged so I can sleep tonight. If it didn't get a substantial charge, I will pack out tonight and I will load up into the car and I will plug that battery into the car as I'm driving a couple hundred miles east of here to Cloudcroft, I think. And there I will just car camp, because maybe do some day hikes. Who knows? Like I said, I plan for a week, wherever I spend it, however I spend it, as long as I'm outdoors doing stuff I enjoy. That's what I came here to do. And if I do it here or there or somewhere in between, or maybe do Guadalupe Peak, you can see it down there, but that roof is the right out there. That is the either the visitor center or the that's probably the visitor center. So again, battery power is at a premium right now, so I'm going to stop this here, and if there's something else, I'll be have enough to take a picture or something until I get back to my pack. Well, I made it down back to the one campsite just this side of the river crossing I saw. Checking it out, there's the river. It's flowing there where the crossing is, but here it's kind of a pond. There might be a beaver dam down that way. This looks like a decent enough place to pitch a tent, except I didn't bring a tent. I brought just a tarp and a hammock, but I'm afraid there might be a lot of mosquitoes overnight here. I mean, wouldn't be much better in this section, but there's nowhere to really hang here. And I was contemplating this as a cooking section because of the nice rock outcropping there for a working table. And there's a good place to hang a bareback back there. But it all depends on the battery charge. And there's always the other campsite on the other side of the creek. River. My legs are tired from coming down. Ooh, did you see that critter rock across from me? I don't want to be shaky legging across the river, even though it's not that far. It was just over my ankles, and My legs are shaky legged. So I'm gonna have to put the camera down and do some trekking poles. Oh, by the way, there's lots of poison ivy. Okay, again, lots of these tadpoles. I did see a bigger one that actually had legs on it, so I know that they're tadpoles and they're getting to be frogs nearly. But I also saw a little fish in here that I'll go swim around with the tadpoles. There's a tiny fish, but I'm in one of those bigger than the tadpoles. We're just swam by a group of them, but I don't see any more fish. Anyway, into the water I go. I just had to stop and look at these tadpoles again. They're massive. I've never seen tadpoles so big. Imagine how big these bullfrogs are gonna be, because these things are easily, well, there's my boot. So they're good. What's that? 4 inches almost long. There they go. So there's that rock that he's laying on. I'm gonna let him move. And now I'm gonna step on that rock. Oh, there's another one I just disturbed. That's how big that tadpole is, that rock. It's the same size as my boot. Anyway, sorry tadpoles to disturb y'all. Back to where I stashed stuff and my solar panels now in the shade. So that's not looking too promising. My pack's still there. So I'll check this thing out, see how I'm doing. Looks like I got a quarter full, which means I could probably get one night out of it. But I'm not too optimistic. I'm tired. My legs are burning from coming down that mountain into the canyon. So my feet are soaking wet again now from crossing the creek. I think I'm gonna pack up and head to the car. Now, I'm not stopping to take video and pictures on the way. I should be able to make it in better than the 2 hours it took me to get here. But then again, my pace. My thermometer says that it's 100 degrees out here. That being the case, I'm just gonna sit, use my battery to charge my phone, and I move the solar panel out to the sun. It's definitely got one full bar and it's flashing the second one, so I've got a quarter a charge, which might almost be enough to spend the night. So I'm gonna give it some time here. I figure it's about 3 o'clock, 3:30. I figure I've got an hour hike out, maybe an hour and a half. Really shouldn't be as hard as hiking in, because I did stop a lot. I got lost that one time for about 5 minutes at the Beaver Dam. But if I just scoot on back, there's one uphill section that's kind of rough, which was coming down into the canyon from that pine grove up on the canyon valley wall, basically. So I've got to rest up a bit, get the pack on, and face that. I think I'm going to take a couple ibuprofens for my legs, just because they strained a little bit coming down from where? From up there. Yeah, I was on the other side, probably a quarter mile beyond this cliff face, and probably another 150 feet above that cliff face where I found the geocache. And that cliff face is 200 feet or so from the valley, from the river bottom. It's at 5,800, and I think that's about 6,000. And I went up to just over 62 to get the geocache. So yeah, it was quite a hike. Of course, that first section up and out of the canyon was the hardest part, but still, it was a heck of a climb. But coming down, burning my thighs. I didn't stop it just to take 2 pictures. on the way down. Otherwise, I just came straight down, and it was a lot faster. I made it in about 40 minutes, I think, versus the hour and 15 or so it took me to get up there. I was surprised I actually went up as fast as I did, even though I stopped for probably about 30 minutes on the way up. So anyway, I'm gonna sit here and relax. I might pop the book out. I don't know. If I did that, I probably want to be more comfortable and just sitting. Basically, I'm sitting on a stool that's about a foot off the ground, and it's not the most comfortable, but I'm actually stretching my thighs out, the muscles that were kind of tight. So maybe that's a good thing. Sit here for a few minutes, get my wind back, finish packing my pack, which involves putting the solar panel back on, the very last thing. Humping that thing on, and about 2 miles out of here, which should take me hour and 15 maybe, if I take it easy. If I pushed it, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but if I pushed it, I could do it in an hour. But it's 100 degrees out here at just under 6,000 feet. And I'm actually getting a little hungry again. Had lunch, wasn't much. I got plenty of snacks. I can pop some things in. I got cereal bars. I've got, obviously, Nature Valley. I've got some those beef sticks. I didn't finish them at lunch. I didn't eat them at all. Probably pop those in here in a minute. And yeah, that's the plan. Hit the trail after the rest.